So one of the biggest problems for high achieving men is that they get to a stage in their life where they built success, where they've got everything that really they need. And then they turn around and go, now what? In this video, I'm going to break down into 3 tiers how we build a life blueprint so that we can build the architecture of your life and things that mean something to you, so that when you move forwards from where you are today, you can move forwards with passion, with fulfillment, with contentment, and with happiness. But in order to do that, we have to know these 3 key areas that we're going to work on right now. So the biggest thing that most men miss is a mission. Now, for a lot of people, we won't even really be clear on what a mission is. So it's important to understand what it is. So over the years, we have built many men up to a mission. So that means that they are getting clear on the direction that they're going. They are getting clear on the identity that they want to build. And this kind of gives a purpose, which brings passion to life. So if you look at this book right here, I wrote a whole book on how to build that mission right there. Now, for a lot of men, this part is so important in terms of where you're going with your life, because without a mission, we are doing a couple of things. Number 1 is that we are drifting. And drifting is just going through life, kind of getting stuck at the place that you're at now, and the gap between where you are and where you want to be is just widening. And we leave it and we make excuses and we break promises, because the reality is that what got us to this place of success now is not going to be the same thing that gets us to the next level of success. The next thing that we have is misalignment. Alignment. Got to stop spelling lessons. So when we're misaligned, the things that we want are going that way and the actions that we're taking are going that way. So they're missing. So what we have to understand is the things that we want in life and the actions that we take, so they meet in the middle. This means that we have that alignment. That brings contentment and happiness. And if we had that mission in place, if we sat down and went, what is my mission? What is my passion? What do I want to become? Where do I want to take this? What is my potential? You could tap into that and that becomes your identity. Our mission is to impact 1 million men. So when I wake up and I think about all of the work that I'm doing, when I'm having good days or bad days, I keep coming back to what is the mission. My mission in my personal life is to be the greatest father and a husband that I can be to my family, because when I was a kid, I didn't get that. So I want to provide that safe space for my kids and my wife. And these are missions. This becomes my direction. It becomes my identity. It becomes my purpose. It becomes my passion for showing up. And this is where so many men are missing this. We even did a free course, which is Drift to Mission Ready. There is no cost on this. I did 5 modules, 10 lessons. And if you want that, just go to the description, click where it says Mission Hub and go and join and take the course. The next one is vision. So I'm going to give you an idea about one of my visions. One of the things that we want to do, one of our missions as part of our identity, direction, purpose, and passion is to travel with the kids. We want to go away for 4, 5, maybe 6 months and just Airbnb hop, just go and see the world, introduce the kids to culture. So when I visualize that, I visualize getting on the plane, I visualize the excitement, I visualize flying over there, visualize the first night in our Airbnb, seeing different cultures, get involved, and kind of going through that whole experience. And when I think about that, it fills me with happiness and contentment and excitement. When we work with men, they are so consumed with their day-to-day business, with their overthinking, with their drift, with their worst-case scenarios, with the pressures and realities and grind of business and life, that they have no vision anymore. And because there is no vision, there is no growth. We fall into a fixed mindset, okay? Oops. Just moved that best-selling book out of the way. We fall into that fixed mindset, and that affects our self-belief, okay, our momentum, okay, and actually our focus, because we are so ingrained. It's like going into a cave and you're just surviving in that cave. You can't see anything. But what you can feel is that uncertainty being in a dark cave. You're not sure where you're going in the cave. And what we have to do is try and find the daylight, okay? So the daylight is like working on the mission piece. And for a lot of people, the mission to start with is simply going, right, I need to make sure that I am building success from home first. So you might be someone that's giving everything to your career, but you don't know quite who you are as a personality because of that. You don't know how to show up as as the strong leader to your wife, how to show up as the role model to your kids, right? So your first mission might be this. The mission evolves as you become stronger. And then the vision piece evolves as your mission gets stronger. And what we're slowly starting to do is understand what we want more from life. Where are we going with this? What we're trying to achieve. Then the last part is when we start taking action, right? It's the goal setting. It's like, what's the first thing you need to do, okay? So if I take that example of us traveling, my goal that I set out is to ensure that we have certain amount of money. So I monthly have to create a monthly savings strategy so that over the next couple of years, when we go, there is a pocket of money where we can just use to go traveling. There are then other things. So my goal then is to build my business at impact over 1 million people. Can I build a business that allows me to travel and still coach and mentor and have a huge impact on that life? So everything I do, all my goals, okay, are all aligned to this mission. They're all part of the vision. And this is my day-to-day thing that I'm working. So I know what I'm doing with my time, my energy, and my focus, okay? So for a lot of you, when you look at this, you might think, what am I fucking supposed to do with that? How am I even meant to start? Well, I'm going to show you. So what we do is we create a very simple blueprint of who do we want to become? What are the bases of our identity when we're moving forwards? So what we have to do is figure out who we are. We have to figure out what we want right at this time. Okay, so the exercise that we're going to go through right now is going to help us understand to figure out our identity a little bit more. Maybe find our mission, maybe find our vision and our next goal. So I've started the process here. So the first part is, what do you want right now? So don't worry about the future. What do you want right now? What do you want emotionally? What do you want from your career? What do you want from your family? And write all of those things down. The next part is, who do you need to become to get those things that you want? Okay. So who do you need to become to achieve those things that are there right now? Okay. Where do you need to go? Okay. To start this process. So a lot of guys will come to our program, our Mission 6 program. And if you want to learn more about that, then go and look at the description down below where it says Mission 6. Maybe come and join us for 6 weeks. You will achieve more in 6 weeks, by the way, than the last probably 6 months to 12 months. Okay. Where do you need to go to learn to become the man you need to become to achieve the things that you want to achieve? Okay. Next part is when. So it's a deadline. When are these things going to happen? If you decide to come and join the Mission 6, are you going to procrastinate for the next 6 months and waste another 6 months? Or are you just going to go, let's get in? Are you going to set a time from when all of these things that you want are going to be achieved? So deadlines, they give us checkpoints, right? And then the next part is, how do we start this program? All right. How do we not procrastinate? And how do we make sure that we start this process so that we are moving forwards 1% a day, okay, forever? Because the consequences, guys, to you not starting today and procrastinating even more is the fact that you're going to stay in the same cycle that you're in now, where you're successful, you're ambitious, but you're kind of losing a grip of things, that you're drifting, you're misaligned, you're losing presence at home, you're losing your patience, and the gap between where you are now and where you could be is widening. Try this exercise. Take a really good look at yourself and ask some of these questions. If you did this every month and then you showed up in between the months in terms of moving your life forwards, in 12 months, you could be somewhere where you never thought possible. Or if you know you need help and you want the best coaching and mentoring and you want the structure in your routines and systems, then get into descriptions, click Mission 6 and get yourself on, and let's start now. I just want to bring you to this video that's right here. And this is one of the reasons that people do not follow this process. It's why men fall off. And if you look at it, it actually teaches you how to win. So let's get stuck in. Let's go.